My name is Billie, I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to give you a hopefully brief history of Girls Rock Camp. 2001, there's a group of badass rockers looking at the state of women in music. We did have women in music, even in 2001, but these veterans of the Riot Grrrl movement were looking at those folks and saying, look, you're fine and dandy, but the reality is you don't actually represent me. They were seeing that the songs weren't the songs that they would have written, and the sound wasn't the sounds that they liked, and the folks on MTV and on the cover of magazines didn't look like them. And they started to think about how impactful that representation is. And the reality that young women need to see people who look like them to feel like we can achieve to that level. So they started Girls Rock Camp, a place where young women, young girls would come together to make music and rock out and be loud and push back social norms and the whole deal. And everyone was having a really fun time. So people from all over the country were like, we'll just make our own camps. So we see camps popping up. Tennessee, Brooklyn. Then camps start popping up in small towns, big cities, rural communities. There's a camp on a reservation in Pine Ridge, all over. Okay. So these camps are really cool. They represent their communities. They are different lengths. They use different instruments. Whatever they want to do to make their camp feel special. Love that. Turns out there are folks in Canada that want to rock. And there are folks in Ireland who want to rock. And folks in Mozambique who want to rock. And folks in Sydney who want to rock, folks in Peru who want to rock, folks in Tokyo who want to rock. So they start camps in all those places. And camp goes from being one thing that happens 1 week out of the year in one town, Portland, to something that basically starts as early as May and runs until almost September if we're doing just the summer season, all over the world. Camp completely blows up to be really, really incredible and pretty inclusive. With a name like Girls Rock Camp, it sounds like it's only for girls. I get that, but we've evolved. The reality is representation and lack thereof doesn't only impact women. It really impacts people who are trans and genderqueer and gender expansive too. So instead of Girls Rock Camp being only for girls, Girls Rock Camp is really for people who just aren't cis boys. It's your place for all of you. Really, the only folks who aren't campers at camp are folks who were born boys and grew up and feel like boys. Those people help us set up camp, and they help fundraise for camp, and they come to our showcase. But we really think it's important that you as campers see people who look like you in positions of power. So camp starts in Portland, and then we fast forward, and it's all over the country, and then we fast forward, and it's all over the world, and now we fast forward, and we're starting to rethink girl. And just to be clear in the middle there, we also started to rethink rock. We wanted to make sure that whatever type of music you liked, you could make at camp. So that's why we don't only have drums, electric guitar, bass guitar, and keys. That's why some camps have vocals, and some camps have DJ, and some camps have beatboxing, and some camps play all sorts of different instruments, and some camps only play the instruments that campers bring or campers ask for, and so their songs sound different every single time. And some camps don't even have words in their songs, or some camps have songs with all sorts of different languages, because you can do whatever you want at Girls Rock Camp. That's kind of the point. Portland, Oregon, 2001. Just to be clear, Omaha, Nebraska, 2010. And we are expanding. We're covering the country. We're covering the world. We're taking all the genres. We're taking all the genders. And then here we are in 2019. What does camp look like now? Camp's a little wacky this year. You know that. Obviously, it's actually 2020, not 2019. But no one even knows what time is because we're in a pandemic. And we're all doing this like virtual camp thing and figuring out what it is to make music in this realm. That's really cool. You get to be a part of something so cool. We really wanted to make a video like this because we're feeling more disconnected than ever this year. And we need camp. I need camp. I love camp. And it's weird to be here in my apartment in New York. That's my washer. When I'm usually in Omaha with you. But we wanted to let you know that even when we're not together, there are folks all over the world having the exact same experience as you, or really, 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 really similar. There are folks all over the world looking at their computer screen and someone is explaining what camp is to them. There are folks all over the world getting instruments delivered to their apartments or their homes or their houses or their condos so that they can rock out with their friends, both new and old. Even though we are not quite together the way that we would normally be, by being a part of camp, you're a part of this network, of this family that is actually everywhere. You're a part of a history almost 20 years old. You are a part of a movement to highlight the quality and the creativity and the worth in your experience, in the youth experience, in the youth voice, and the not boy voice. You're a part of something really, really special. And God, I feel like I was so lucky that I got to be the one to tell you about it. There's so much more to know about camp, and I could blather on for like probably hours. Camp is like the most important thing to me, but I wanted you to know the basics and to also know that there's a lot of information out there that if you want to know anything else, give it a goose, because there are campers all over who want to connect with you. Toodles!